Hi, and welcome to another edition of Tech Talks. I'm Martin Smith, the founder of Cancer Art, and today we get to explore the world of cars and coffee with WTE CEO and my friend Eric Garrison. Eric's also one of the organizers of Cars and Coffee. Eric, what is Cars and Coffee?
It's one of the biggest car shows in the Southeast. It happens every single month, first Saturday of every month, and attracts over 3,000 cars. Wow. So that equates to, on our busy months, probably 7,000 plus people that come out for the car show, the events, the food trucks, all the events that go on with it.
Great, and you had something happen this Saturday that kind of demonstrated the value of real-time communication.
Yeah, it's where WTE's technology has really come into play, because one of the things that we put together for them was a good website, Cars and Coffee Morrisville, and part of that website is we did a sign-up. And you see this all the time where you do an email sign-up, but we add an extra piece to it. We actually had them put their phone number in and then use the Twilio technology stack to validate those phone numbers. Very important piece. They had to receive a text message and then to respond to it. The reason we do that is it helps with deliverability. That person has already interacted with that phone number, so it doesn't look as spam.
Right, and this last weekend there was some question about whether the event was going to happen.
Yeah, we had bad weather. So it was one of those where the email communication were very big. People think that because I have a Facebook page, that's going to get the word out. That's not the case. A lot of people don't realize that sometimes your delay going into the Facebook feed is a lot slower than you would think. Instagram is definitely a lot quicker, but again, it doesn't always mean that the people that are following you on the social media are getting that message right away.
So what did you do this last Saturday?
We did a combination of things. It really worked out. So the first thing we did was we had emailed people that this was potentially going to happen and keep an eye out for changes. Number two is we had, on the day of the event, we had our social media team put together some posts in advance that could go out whether the weather was good or the weather was bad. And we pick which creative would go live that day at that moment. Mm-hmm. So at 7:30 in the morning on Saturday, we picked which creative would go out, and then that got linked into the text message that went out.
And so when the day cleared, you were able to rescue the event by having real-time communication.
Correct. Yeah, so the event really starts at 8 o'clock, but people show up early because it is such a big car show. So we got the communication and wanted to have that communication delivered to everybody before that time period came. And it worked out good. So everybody got their text message before. They got a link to say, here's what's happening, as well as we had timed a video, a go live video.
Now, one of the things that we hear a lot about these days is cause marketing and experience marketing. And I understand there was an example of that at the show.
Yeah, there definitely was. So one of the best experience marketing events that we had there was we had Racing for ALS. So it's a racing team. It's sponsored by Hendrick Automotive, who's a great partner of the car show and a friend of here at WTE Solutions. So they brought out race cars and they brought out 2 professional drivers, one in karts and then one in a real cup car that was there for kids and people to crawl in and out of.
Wow. So people got to actually experience the race car firsthand.
They did, and we arranged to have 2 of the brand ambassadors for Cars and Coffee Morrisville.
Cars and Coffee has different events, right?
Correct.
So
yeah.
every Saturday, like was this last Saturday? What was the theme for this last Saturday?
It was McLaren.
Oh, it was?
Yep.
That sounds amazing. So tell me a little bit more about the experience and cause marketing that went on at this last Cars and Coffee.
Yeah, so our charity partner this month was Racing for ALS, who is partnered with Hendrick Automotive, which has been a great partner of Cars and Coffee Morrisville, as well, good friends here of WTE Solutions for many years. So that was a great experience to bring out these race cars into professional drivers. So we had a driver with a kart car and we had a driver with a cup car there that people could crawl in and out of. And a lot of what you hear the drivers talk about is they want to pass along the passion for racing and driving to the younger generation. And by having these, out at the event, worked out really good.
And so a lot of people were filming people. You said somebody got into the car wearing a Cars and Coffee outfit?
Yeah, so we had one of our brand ambassadors, Laura, who is somebody who has worked with Cars and Coffee for quite a while, and she was wearing the Cars and Coffee Morrisville logoing, and then we filmed her crawling into the cup car and actually getting able to strap into it, lock the steering wheel on, and fire up the car.
Oh, she actually got to start the car.
Yeah, her expressions when she fired it up was amazing But the other piece that I really take away from that, from a technology and experience marketing standpoint, was I, of course, was there filming her doing this, but the number of cameras on us filming it. So all the crowd had their cameras out and were filming and recording the audio of when she fired up the car and gave it a little bit of gas.
And so they were going to share it on their social media, so that's where the experience marketing kind of kicked in.
Oh, it gives a great viral effect.
Yeah.
So, and that was not something that was scripted or planned. It just worked out on the timing. Again, this was a day where we weren't sure the event was going to happen. We wanted to make sure the Racing for ALS had a good experience there. Mm-hmm. And we had a second brand ambassador get into the car as well.
So that Cars and Coffee is really, there's a lot going on, because aren't there great food trucks there as well?
Tons of food trucks. So a company that WTE owns, Mobiles, which is a platform for managing these type of events, has a number of food trucks out there. And our guy Patrick does a great job of making sure everything's coordinated, but it also is a technology play. So his video about what food trucks were going to be there was very critical as well. I had somebody out of the blue just come up and say, "Hey, that was a great video you guys did about what food trucks are going to be here. I drove by the McDonald's and Starbucks to come eat at the food truck."
Wow, that's amazing. So part of it sounds like an amazing event for WTE as well as Cars and Coffee, because aren't you one of the organizers of this event?
Yeah, I'm one of the organizers. So I've got a couple great partners. It's actually great experience because it's nice to be part of that 501(c)(3) charity that is Cars and Coffee Morrisville, as a board member of that, as well as being able to bring the technology automation. So WTE also automated their contracting process along with their attorney. We put together a way for them to easily get approved, agree to the terms of service, and pay their money.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's one of the big challenges that any small nonprofit has, is how to manage getting that contract flow and the money.
Now, what's the next Cars and Coffee in April?
Yeah, so that's going to be the Ferrari month. Wow. Always a big month. Everybody loves the Ferraris.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Last year for Ferrari month, we had a $2 million lime green Monza, which is a very special one, show up. So we'll have to see what shows up this time.
I mean, a lime green Ferrari. I mean, that's, to me, that's sacrilege.
It's a Ferrari color, so yeah. But it is one of very few of the cars out there. An F40 will probably show up, which is really a race car that is loud on the road.
And you're probably going to talk about this on Rideology, which is another WTE.
Yeah. So Rideology is another technology software as a service platform that WTE has created.
You're going to talk about Ferrari month on Rideology, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Great.
And we'll have to see what the charity sponsor and experience event for that ends up being.
So the charity sponsors change every month?
Every month, yeah.
Okay, great.
Sponsors kind of stay the same, but then you have sponsors that will come in. There'll be partner sponsors. So like the International Auto Show is a partner sponsor. So they were at this last show, they'll be at the next show, and then we will be at the International Auto Show with them. So,
great.
So that's a great way to tie in the marketing. Really makes your marketing dollars go a lot further when you get that type of viral marketing experience.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, that's been another Tech Talks with Eric Garrison, the CEO of WTE Solutions. And I'm Martin Smith. Please like and subscribe, and we'll look for you at Ferrari month next in April at Cars and Coffee.
Thank you.